alles, was ich habe geredet mit den Eltern, gewesen in Jiddisch, aber es ist gewesen rein in Jiddisch. Ich muss darauf fahren, downtown, auf zu picken die Kinder. Kannst du nehmen den Car? Nein, ich kann nicht nehmen. Ich habe nicht einen Car. Okay, so, you know. In Schule ist es nicht gut jetzt. Wir müssen mehr Membership. Was geht mit Ihnen? Ein Membership ist sehr wichtig. Man hat nicht genug Membership. That's the milieu that so there's certain things that stayed with me. And what stayed with me mostly was intonation, expression, the way people moved, the sound of it. I had no clue that Yiddish had grammar. Grammar? What? You just speak it. Right. So, right. However, because I became interested in languages and I became aware of grammars and I became aware of the different ways that people express themselves, and I became aware of German, which sounded to me like sort of like Yiddish, except that it's more formal and stiff, and it has all these rules about which case you use and which tense you use. And my God, they have a simple past in German, and you don't have one in Yiddish. I wonder how that happened. Ich bin gewesen. You can't say ich war in Yiddish. That doesn't exist. Why not? Lots of curiosity. So as I got older and I got more interested in languages, I paid more attention to these things. I paid more attention to the way my parents spoke their own Yiddish, because I became simultaneously aware of some people who would speak Yiddish. It would be Yiddish, but it wasn't ich bin gewesen. It was ich bin gewesen. And it wasn't Asen, it was Eisen. And it wasn't Maße, it was a Maße or a Meise, or sometimes a Meise. Like there were so many different versions of this. And I said, what's going on? How come there's so many different ways of saying this? And before I didn't notice it, and now I notice it. Eins, isn't it eins? Eins, zwei, drei, eins, zwei, drei, or eins, zwei, drei. What is it? Which one is it? And nowadays, when I go on stage and I do a performance, well, I don't do it now, but when I was doing the performances, it was something that was very difficult for me to remember. Okay, what's standard? Because when you're speaking normally, occasionally it would fall back to the way my parents spoke, which was not standard at all, and it was very close to what they call, what do they call it? Galicianisch. It was a Polish version, but it's still a lot like what I heard people imitate Galicianisch. Oi, vayes to me, a vayes to mane you, right? That's not standard. That's the way my parents talked, though, especially my mother. My mother talked like that. My father would occasionally sound a little more formal, depending on who he was talking to. But when everybody was sitting around talking, that was the dialect that was used.